All right, good afternoon, everybody. Today we are going to be making Coney Islands. So we're going to show you how to make the Coney Island meat sauce. So I've already got in the pot, I've already got some ground beef. I'm going to throw in this diced onion. And then we're going to let that sweat down. The burger's already been browned up. So all I'm doing is it's almost done. So all I'm doing is going to sweat down these onions for a little bit. And we're going to start adding some of our seasoning to this. And I'm going to add some cayenne pepper. So I like it a little bit on the spicy side. Don't go too crazy on that. We're going to do a little bit of chili powder because it's essentially a chili sauce, right? So, and then also I'm using Heinz chili sauce. And I'm going to pour in just about 2 to 3 tablespoons full, and then some hot sauce. And get that in there. So you got that going, and now for the rest of the seasonings, I'm going to use some Cajun seasoning. Just about a tablespoon of that, or maybe a teaspoon, half, whatever you like. I'm going to do about a teaspoon or so of seasoned salt. And then about the same with some garlic powder. And get that all stirred up. And this takes roughly about 2 hours to make. You got to kind of keep an eye on it, but stir it up a little bit. So this is just going to ground up, get all nice in there, get nice and warm. And then I've got in here, I've got about a cup and a half, about a cup of tomato sauce, and then a half a cup of water just to kind of dilute that tomato sauce a little more. And I'm going to throw that in there. And this is why it takes a little longer to make, because you want that thickened up. And that's what the chili sauce does. It helps it thicken up. So we're just going to cook that down. See how runny it is right now? We want that to come back and be nice and tight, like thick. So it goes onto our corn on our hot dogs nice and doesn't make a big mess. So, I mean, it'll still be messy, but not as messy as if you put it on now. So basically from now, I'm just going to let this simmer until I like it the thickness that it's going to be. So I'll come back and show you when it's done. But yeah, it's pretty much sitting. That's it. Maybe we'll add a little black pepper too. We didn't add any of that. Some black pepper in there. Oof. That's stirred up. And let it just simmer for a good hour or so probably till it thickens up. And the best part about this sauce is you can make this ahead of time like I'm making it right now. And I'll probably have this for dinner time in about 4 or 5 hours. You can cook this up early, have it sitting in the freezer, pull it out, thaw it out, make your hot dogs, warm it up, put it on the dogs. Easy, simple thing to make ahead of time and get going for a later date. All right, we'll check back with you later. All right, everybody, we're back. It's been about an hour and a half where I've had this chili simmering. As you can see, it thickened up quite a bit. So it is definitely ready to go. I like it about that thick, so you can put it on your hot dogs and it just doesn't, it stays together, it doesn't run off, doesn't get too messy. I mean, obviously it's still gonna be messy, but always taste your chili throughout the time you're cooking. That way you can adjust the seasonings and stuff like that. I'm gonna taste it at the end here, see how it tastes. That's got a good chili flavor, good spice to it. Everything that I would like to put on my hot dog, that is awesome. We'll come back when we're ready to eat the dogs. And remember, I don't know if I disclosed how much meat it is, but I did put 1 pound of hamburger in there and then all the rest of the seasoning. So I don't remember if I said I needed 1 pound of burger, but that's what made it. That'll probably make a good 15, 20 hot dogs. All right, we'll be back when we're ready to eat a hot dog. All right, everybody, we're back. We're ready to do these hot dogs. So what you gotta do for a Coney is you gotta get a good, nice, charred up bun. So the best way to do that is organize some buns, get them all on the sides, get yourself some butter spray or some butter, spray them, throw them on the grill, then spray the other side. And get them toasted up. And when they're ready, then we'll start adding the Coney stuff and put it together. All right, get ready for that when it comes up. All right, everybody, so we flipped the buns. They're nice and charcoaled up, nice and warm. So we're gonna get these over to the table. Now let's go start building a Coney. So this is the way I like to build my Coneys. There's no reason to put your hot dog in the bun and then everything else on top. So what I want to do is grab a plate, grab a bun, get your onion, put that in there, grab your mustard, put that in there, and then I've got a good old skin-on hot dog there, and this Coney sauce that we reheated back up. Oh, look at that. Isn't that looking like a good Coney? And if you wanted cheese, you could throw some cheese on it. I would put the cheese underneath it so it melts. Now let's get after this thing. That Coney Islands sauce in there. Now that's a good Coney. It's got a little bit of spice in there from all those sauces that we put in there, all the spices. That's good. You'll have a good summer with this thing. All right, have a good night, guys.